Previously on Tomb Raider Chronicles. And with that, our stories continue. Welcome back everyone to the Tomb Raider Marathon. I'm Jonathan Wolf, and today we're going to be finishing off the third chapter of Tomb Raider Chronicles by tackling the third level of it, which is the Old Mill. Alright, so let's get started. And yeah, this is the last chapter of the Ireland section, and I would honestly say this is probably my least favorite level in the entire game. Although, yeah, trying to find a least favorite level is pretty difficult in this one.
Right, young lady. I'm going to have a quick look around now for a safe place to put you. Now, you stay put, or you'll be banging into something that'll make your hair turn white. And we wouldn't be wanting that now, would we?
Father, I found a book in the labyrinth.
You've been sightseeing in there as well. Good Lord almighty, girl. I've been needing to chain you to something.
It has protective symbols. Maybe you could use them.
Bless you for the thought, but I've enough protection from him above. And for that diagram to be any good, you'd have to draw it out and be sitting in the middle of it. And you know something? I've left all my colouring pens at home tonight. Now, you'd be doing me a big favour if you were to stay put before you bang into something bigger than you.
Stay put. Right.
Protection from the Lord, huh? Well, let's see how that pays off. Okay, so here we got this starting area, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go guns a-blazing, even though I have no guns. Well, that was rude. So yeah, basically, if you go beyond this gray tile that you see over here, we're gonna trigger that cutscene of that demon just shoving Lara and almost chopping her head off. And basically similar to that one cutscene that I showed you of Lara getting gangbanged in the Gallows Tree level, you can actually repeat that cutscene again and again, and nothing bad will happen. You're not gonna die, so it's not even gonna be a problem. So I guess this guy's gonna be like, okay, fine, I'll do it again. Okay, fine, I'll just toss you again. But yeah, basically the correct way to go is you want to go into this opening to the left. And coming over here, first off, what I am going to do is... What I am going to do is I'm going to go to the right, to the left first to trigger some bats. And this is very important because... we have to come down here while having a stick. And I want to trigger these guys so that I don't have to toss the stick away, you know. And yeah, right over here we got a small med pack, and yeah, right over here we got some fire. And yeah, basically we have to come here with a stick so we can light it on fire. So yeah, well that's, and yeah, basically what we want to do is we want to come over here, and lo and behold, we got the return of our worst nemesis. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the dreaded ropes are back. And yeah, you may also notice that we have those little imps. And basically what's going to happen is when you get outside, they're going to start shooting, or they're going to start throwing rocks at you. And this part is without question the hardest part of the level. This section will either make or break it your no medpack run. And quite frankly, this might actually finish my streak of no dying. Because yeah, so far I haven't died in this game. No, I did not die in level 3. I'm not going to hear otherwise. So yeah, basically, oh god. So yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to grab the rope, and then what you want to do is you want to turn behind you to the right, and you want to swing to that platform that showed in that cutscene that had a stick. So yeah, with that said, let's just go for the rope. then drop down, and then press left so that we can actually go over here. And then we want to be quick. We want to aim for around this point right here, and then we just want to swing. And yeah, basically this will either make or break. So let's jump at a very terrible angle because my god, these ropes are terrible. And yeah, basically you have to be fast, and also you gotta be lucky that these guys don't hit you. Now, I'm not sure about this, but I'm almost positive that the rocks they threw have hit scan properties. So even if you swing, even if you do the craziest acrobatics, yeah, you're not going to, they're going to hit you anyway. But yeah, once we light the torch, what you want to do is you just want to jump where these guys are and just toss the flare or toss the torch. And by tossing the torch, these guys are just going to run around like a headless chicken, and they're going to they're going to stop throwing the rocks at you, which is awesome. Okay, so since we're here, what we're going to do also is we're going to crouch over here to the left where these guys are. And in this crawl space, we can claim the first secret of the level. Alright, so that's one secret, and then we got 2 more, and we're done with this chapter. And yeah, I will say that this is the level that it kind of makes me say, okay, I think I've seen enough of this area. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to go back over here, and we want to go back to the beginning, because now we're going to use the rope again. So yeah, basically, let's just hop, and Lara will eventually grab the rope, or eventually she will grab the ledge. And now what we want to do is we want to do the exact same thing we did last time. However, this time we want to go to the left. We want to go to the left. So yeah, instead of going right, we now want to go to the left. And yeah, we want to go to that ledge that is up there. All right, I'm gonna aim for that I'm gonna aim for that tile that's over there, just in case I do a curve jump like last time. And yeah, basically we want to swing. I want to say 2 to 3 times. And then you want to jump at the end and completely miss because, like I mentioned, these ropes are garbage.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I hate these stupid ropes. Alright, let's go ahead and wait for this thing to stop swinging. And you know what? Yeah, what the heck am I doing? I can just do that. Oh my god, don't do that, Lara. Okay, so yeah, I was pressing jump, and Lara started to jump out of the rope, but thankfully she grabbed the rope and not fall to my death. And yeah, I'm just gonna say right now, if I fall off because of these stupid ropes being buggy, yeah, I'm gonna reload the game. I refuse to have a death to a stupid rope. But yeah, basically, if you want to rebalance yourself with the ropes, what you can do is you can actually go to the top and then go back down to stop the swing momentum of the rope. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over here. Okay, that is much better. And where this little fence is, you may notice that we have this brown stick. Well, similar to the submarine, we can actually pry this guy and have a makeshift crowbar, which we are going to use for one thing, just one thing in this entire level. So that is awesome. Alright, so now we have to use the rope again. So, yeah. We have to use the rope one last time. However, this time, we just have to go straight. So it's not that bad. But yeah, let's just stop swinging, put our feet in, and I'm gonna turn a bit to the left. And then we're just gonna swing. I'm gonna go again. And then jump. And we can slide down here, no problem. Alright, now in this little pit where the slopes are, there is somewhere. Actually, maybe it's in this opening, but there is a large med pack. Yeah, there it is. Alright, and now we have to do some jumping with slopes. And this part can be either very easy or very hard because Sometimes Lara will just not go into the ledge, which can be very annoying. And yeah, we have to hit here these little freddle guys. And yeah, basically what you want to do is want to slide off, and once you jump on the, and once you get to the third slope, you want to jump, but also you want to veer to the left, because sometimes Lara will slide off. I did not mean to pull up. Oh no! Oh my god, am I seriously gonna die because of a stupid slope? But yeah, basically. Okay, let's try this again. But yeah, basically we're gonna slide off. And then when you reach this slope, you wanna not slide backwards. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Am I seriously gonna die to this? I'm gonna save. Yeah, I'm gonna save the game because yeah, I don't want to deal with this garbage. All right, let's salve the gummy. And yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that when you hit the third slope, you want to make sure you jump but also veer to the left, because sometimes Lara will slide off from the very edge of the slope, and when that happens, Lara will not grab the ledge. So yeah, veer a bit to the left, then jump, then go pull up, and then slide, and then jump, and then just grab this ledge. Yeah, I thought, yeah, my mistake is that I thought the last slope, that previous platform was not a slope, but oh well. But anyway, if you didn't fail a lot like me, what you want to do is you want to get to the end of this crawl space, and then we want to just drop down here, and then we want to shimmy to the other side, to the left. And yeah, basically, if you can do this entire area with these little freddle guys just throwing rocks at you, yeah, you're basically, I'm pretty sure you're basically forced to use a med pack. Unless you get incredibly lucky with the hit scam. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump down here. And right over here, we got ourselves a large med pack. And we also have this rock where we can use the crowbar to pry some chalk. And we also get the Tomb Raider theme to remind us that we're playing a Tomb Raider game. And yeah, with that said, now we are basically done. And yeah, basically we're gonna show, yeah, we got some chalk. And once we get this chalk, we now want to go to that gray tile we saw at the beginning of the level. And yeah, basically just jump from here, and then you want to walk to the edge right here to get rid of the camera angle. And yeah, you don't want to go too far, otherwise you're gonna slide off. And yeah, if you fall down into the abyss, you're gonna die. Also, in the last level, we saw Lara scream, and yeah, that's actually another thing, that Lara now has a different scream when she falls off. Which I'm pretty sure it's I almost said Shelly Blonde. No, that's actually the Lara's current actress in this game. Which I forgot the name. I feel so stupid. Oh my god, I feel so dumb. I feel so dumb not remembering it. Oh my god. Janelle Elliott, there we go. That's her name. Janelle Elliott. Yeah, I think it's Janelle Elliott actually doing the scream when she falls. Man, I feel terrible not remembering her, because she follows me on Instagram, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, right here we're back in this area, and now we can use the chalk to, I guess, make a protection spell or something. I have no idea. So, Father, how's that protection from the Lord, huh? He got owned like a bitch. Good Lord. Okay, so yeah, basically now that we did the pentagram and I guess made that guy go away, now we want to slide off right here, and yeah, this is actually a point of no return. So if you forgot the first secret, then yeah, sucks to be you. Alright, so we ended a cutscene to get into another cutscene. Yeah, this level is chock full of cutscenes.
Who is this that stands before me? The first to visit me in my prison 700 years past.
700 years? All alone in a barn? Oh, those winter nights must have just flown by.
Silence, ignorant heretic, or I behead you.
Leave him be.
For the child has spirit. But what is that when this island is littered with the bones of holy men? My gift to them for their spirit in obstructing me from claiming my rightful inheritance.
And this inheritance, I wouldn't wonder, would be some way to explaining why you're walking and breathing when you should be gone long past.
The inheritance is the gift of eternal life, contained within an ancient scroll, concealed by the dullard abbot and his cohorts, a scroll which draws forth pale demon blood through my veins. I am no longer man. I am 1 foot in earth, and 1 foot above the gaping abyss of Hades.
So why stay on the island? Came for a holiday and fell in love with the scenery.
Hold your yapping tongue, for want I clip it. Boils and plagues plaster over this island and its treacherous inhabitants. For it was they and their pox-ridden abbot who plotted to incarcerate me in this dungeon hole for an eternity. I, Vladimir Kalita, who worshipped in the first Kremlin, who butchered the Swedes under Nevsky on the banks of the river Neva, incarcerated within this prison of flowing water.
Running water? You're trapped here by running water.
Demons cannot cross running water.
Indeed, the abbot's final trick before I was transformed. And you shall find a way to shore up this stream, or your holy man shall be opened up and gutted like livestock.
Alright, so we have a new entity, or I guess the main bad guy of this chapter. We have Vladimir, which is a demon that cannot be free because of the running water. And yeah, basically, in order to save Father Patrick, we have to stop the running water. I was gonna say running water. Good lord. This old man, Laura is is giving her British accent to me. Good lord. Okay. Now, as soon as we end the cutscene, Laura's going to look into that direction. However, we want to go over here to the left instead of to the right. Because, yeah, this part is much more easy to go through. Yeah, let's go over here into this opening right here. And coming through here, we're going to get into the titular Old Mill. Which, I do have to say, it looks pretty cool. If only the skybox looked better, but whatever. Alright, so basically the first objective for this area is we want to... That's a weird drawing. We want to turn off this old mill. And basically what you want to do is you want to go into this water. And you want to drop down the left side. Now, when you go to the bottom... Yeah, right over there we get this thing, and this thing is the Old Hag. Now, if we try to follow it... So yeah, you're going to... So yeah, basically, if you try to follow the old hag, she will grab you. And she will always leave... And once that cutscene ends, you will always be with that remaining breath when it comes to... After that cutscene. But yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to get rid of this thing. Because the way she's guarding is actually the way inside the mill. And basically what you want to do is you want to, as soon as she gets back into that little covey, you want to go where this gold is and... Oh, whoops, I was a bit too close. I love how I punch her and then she punches back. It's like, hey, don't punch me. Don't punch me, stupid girl. I guess that's my way of speaking like an old hag. Although, to be fair, if I were to speak as an old hag, wait until I get to Banjo-Kazooie. Ah, grunty. Okay, so let's try this again. So yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to wait for the old hag to go back to her covey. And then what you want to do is you want to go to where that gold, where that amount of gold coins are and claim a silver coin. And once you claim the coin, what you want to do is you want to swim back, because over here to the beginning, there is this cage. And in this cage, by pressing the action button, we can actually use the silver coin so we can trap and get rid of this hag. And so the feast is complete. So yeah, as you can see, we got the little Freddles just just eat the thing alive. So that's awesome. And yeah, there you go. The old hag is dead. And yeah, basically now we can actually go into that hole that the old hag was covering. So we can go inside the old mill. Also, yeah, that beginning part, yeah, that is actually, yeah, like I mentioned, that is the hardest part of the level. Because, yeah, the rest of the level is really not that hard. Although, we have to deal with some bats after we complete this little timed run. Now, before we do this timed run, right in front of me, we have the one new addition to Tomb Raider 5 that was not explained in the tutorial. And basically what this is what you want to do is you want to just jump and grab this thing. And as you can see, Lara will start swinging. And as long as you hold the action button, Lara will keep swinging like this. And basically, once you let go of the action button, you're actually going to let go and swing to the other side. So yeah, basically these things are not that hard to learn. Although, I will... Oh, well... I was holding forward, but I was pressing jump, but whatever. But yeah, basically we want to learn that before we start this time run. So while I was swinging, you may have noticed like a bright door. So yeah, there's actually a door right behind all of this machinery, and this lever right here will, excuse me, and this lever right here will open that door. And basically what we want to do is we want to be fast. So what you want to do is you're going to pull this guy, I want to say 4 to 5 times. So we got 4 and then 5. And then we just want to do a running jump to the stick, then grab it and immediately let go of action. And then we're going to come over here, and once we get to this point, we can just crouch. Now, as soon as you get over here, we're going to spawn some bats, but if we just crouch, we're not going to take a lot of damage. And hopefully I don't die, because that would be very bad. And yeah, those bats are the last enemies in the level, so we are good to go. Now down there is a slope. However, above the slope, we have a lever that, or actually we have a crawl space where we can actually get a lever that is behind us. And by pulling and by jumping and grabbing this lever, we're going to shut off the mill, and we're also going to open a door to get out of here. But what it's also going to do is going to stop water from flowing in a certain direction. So yeah, basically that wheel is going to stop spinning after some time. Alright, so now that we're done with that, let's go down here. And in this water, the way out is over here to the right. And yeah, right here, well, not right here, but yeah, right there is the door that we opened. Now the way, and yeah, basically what you have to do is you basically have to go back to the beginning of this room, of this area, by going into that direction. However, before we do that, we're gonna go over here to the right, because in here we got a crawl space directly in front of us. And on the other side of this crawl space, we have a large med pack. But there's also going to be the second secret of the level. Now in this area, if you came here early, if you came here before shutting off the mill, this tile right here would have some fire. And basically what you're supposed to do is, and you can actually go over here and fall into the water to, you know, claim the secret or to put yourself out. But yeah, basically the safest way to get over here is just turn off the flame by going through the mill, or by turning off the mill. But yeah, once we got the secret, now we have to go back into the... Now we gotta go back to the beginning, to the barn. And yeah, then we can actually go and claim the last secret, and we can just finish this level. And finish this chapter, finally. What do I mean, finally? I mean, this chapter has been very short. Yeah, I would honestly say that this chapter is probably the shortest chapter in the entire game. If we remove the cutscenes, of course. But yeah, basically what you want to do is once you turn off the mill, this water will stop flowing. Meaning that you can actually go into that opening right here to basically go to the end of the level. Now before we do that, we're going to continue on through here, because as we go through here, there's going to be another opening. Right over here to the left. And over here, if we go out of the water, we can actually claim the third and final secret of the level. So yeah, we can check our statistics. We see secrets 3 out of 3. And if we check our time makes, we should have 27 out of 36 secrets. So yeah, with that said, we are missing 9 more secrets. And those secrets are in the last section of the game. And what is by far the most infamous section in all of Tomb Raider 5. But also, what is by far the most infamous portion of all classic Tomb Raider. And yeah, anyone who's played this game knows exactly what's coming up next. And honestly, I'm really excited, because out of all the levels that we've done in this marathon, or in this second half of the marathon, or at least Tomb Raider 4 and 5, these next 3 levels are the levels that I've been so excited to go back to or replay, because of their infamy. But yeah, once we get to the end of this crawl space, now we want to go to the right, because here we got this platform. And basically what we have to do is we have to get across to that building over there. So yeah, basically now what we have to do is we have to do a bunch of running jumps. Also have the Tomb Raider theme to remind us that we're playing a Tomb Raider game. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this the implementation of the Tomb Raider theme in some of these sections is very unnecessary. Because, hey, we are at the top of the barn. Cool, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Now let's go ahead and... Oh, I missed? Oh, man, that was awesome. Okay, I'm gonna cut ahead and I'll see you guys back at the top. Okay, we're back. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, okay, so yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to be at the corner, and then you actually want to aim at the corner of that ledge. Yeah, this jump can be kind of tricky. Okay, let's go ahead and prepare. Do a running jump. And there we go. Awesome. Now, I guess I should warn you right now that as soon as you enter this building, you cannot get out. So, yeah, make sure that you have the 2 secrets that you had. But inside this area, we do have a wheel to the right. And as soon as you spin this wheel, we're going to end the level. And yeah, we do have a cutscene, and then we're going to... Yeah, we're just gonna end the level. Or end the video, I guess.
Your child has done her job well, and I taste freedom for the first time in an aeon. Do you not now fear me? For you have served your purpose well, holy man. And for this, should I exercise mercy as a god might?
Now, that'd be nice, but I'm not holding me breath.
Yes, I shall spare you, and secure for you a fate worse than death. For when you pass beyond this world, heaven shall no longer welcome you, for you have released a demon.
My faith will protect me from feckless lesser demons as yourself.
Father!
The child, I shall snuff out her life as a candle.
The book from the library. The names. Read out the names.
Ascaroth, Equiel, Arancula, Belial, Bucom. Beliath, help me!
Keep reading, girl. You're almost there.
Chemos, Mastafal. Verdilet!
How is this? I move to strike, and yet cannot.
You've done well, girl. And before you ask, I'll tell you. The book you've got, I myself was looking for it, but as I couldn't find it, assumed you had it. And lucky you did.
But how?
If you name a demon, you have power over him. And you named him. It's your shout, Lara.
For this you shall burn for eternity. I shall drown you in a mire of your own entrails before I squeeze.
Be quiet!
What do you reckon we get out of this godforsaken place and go and get a nice cup of tea with Winston? Almost forgot. Would you be wanting to wave goodbye to our little friend?
Back to where you belong.
And you'll have learnt a few valuable lessons from that, I'd be thinking.
You'd be thinking right, Father.
Her curiosity was eventually her failing.
The path she chose was the path she loved. And for this, we should celebrate, not grieve. Although I fear for Von Croy, Pursuing his inner demons, driven half to madness in his quest for her final resting place, he will not find peace in himself until this is complete.
Man, thank God the Conjuring movies taught me that, you know, if you name a demon by their name, you have control over them. Alright, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the Ireland chapter. And we're done with Old Mill. And yeah, this level was just a nothing level. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm just going to say right now that in terms of atmosphere, this chapter is my favorite. But man, the levels are just nothing. They are way too short. They're basically cutscene heavy, and yeah, they're very easy. Well, considering the fact that I almost died in this one, but that's beside the point. But yeah, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this level. Which means that next time, oh boy, next time on the Tomb Raider Marathon, we're moving on to the final chapter of Tomb Raider Chronicles. We're moving on to the last 3 levels, and anyone who's played this game knows exactly what comes up next. Because next up, we have what is, in my opinion, the hardest section in all of classic Tomb Raider. Yes, I'll even say it. These next 3 levels are more difficult than Madubo Gorge without using a med pack, RX Tech Mines without using a med pack, and pretty much any other level without using a med pack. These 3 levels are infamous, live in infamy, and it's for a very good reason. But until then, this is Jonathan Wolf, and I will see you all on the 13th floor. Take it easy, everyone.